The Detroit Lions head to Cincinnati. As a matter of fact, they're already there to take on the Cincinnati Bengals in this case. Without Joe Burrow, this team is going to fall by the wayside. And tomorrow, they will lose their third in a row to the Detroit Lions. I expect the Detroit Lions to absolutely wipe the floor with them tomorrow. It is going to be a scorcher, probably the last one that the Lions are going to have to play in. Kansas City is going to be 10 degrees cooler, and it's a night game, so it's probably going to be in the mid-60s when that kicks off. But the Detroit Lions got to get through one more hot game, man. Having, I want to say 7 of their 17 games were outside. You have the 8 in Ford Field, and then the 1 in US Bank Stadium, and then there's another one that was indoors, but outside of that, the 7, and this is one of those games, Green Bay, and now the Baltimore Ravens, and now this one here. So this will be the 3rd out of the 7. But the Detroit Lions decide that they're going to elevate 2 from the practice squad. According to their Twitter account, says the Lions have elevated offensive lineman Devin Cochran and cornerback Trey Flowers, just like I said, from the practice squad to the active inactive list. Now, what this tells me, obviously, is that you have a backup guy. We don't know what the level of concern is for Terrion. Terrion was practicing. He did get hurt, had to leave the game last week, but we don't know the level of his ability. So we knew that Trey was going to be elevated. I mean, when we brought him in for a workout, I was like, we're going to sign him. We're going to sign him, and sign him we did, because we've dealing with DJ Reed, who is on IR, and then you have Amik as well. But don't forget, we got the slot guys that we might have to worry about too. So you got Jamar Chase, you got T. Higgins, and Trey Flowers. I don't know if it's going to be him or Terrion that get the start. But as far as Devin Cochran, I wonder, what does this mean for our offensive lineman? Is this just for depth, or is there an issue with Taylor Decker? Because remember, Taylor Decker battling injury. Him and Kirby Joseph were on the injury report, but they were not ruled out yesterday. But that doesn't mean that they could be a game time decision, or maybe this is just some type of insurance for Taylor Decker or something like that. So I'm excited, man. I'm excited for this game. The Lions have a chance to get to 4-1 on the season and have a game and a half first place basically lead. The Minnesota Vikings, man, they're having a tough time right now. The Chicago Bears are 2-2, and the Green Bay Packers, with them being off, they're going to essentially drop because they'll have played one less game. So the Detroit Lions could be a game and a half. They've beaten Chicago. They haven't played Minnesota. As a matter of fact, Minnesota is coming up really, really soon in the next 4 games, I believe it is. So this is a big game for the Detroit Lions. And again, I think they're going to win this game and move to 4-1 on the season and win their 4th in a row. You know what's funny? It's like last year we won 10 in a row. Like, legitimately forgot what losing felt like. And then when we lost to the Baltimore Ravens, because we only lost to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Then there was 10 games in between that. We lost to Buffalo, and we were just like, you know what I'm saying? Like, wow. So that's what losing feels like, right? So tomorrow, it seems like the Detroit Lions, like, if you look at their schedule, I think Kansas City is going to be a better matchup than I initially thought after the first 2 weeks of the season. But I mean, it's shaping up. We've got the Cincinnati Bengals, which we're not overlooking. And I saw in the comment section that, listen, this is not a trap game. Nobody is underestimating the Cincinnati Bengals. They got 2 of the best wide receivers in the game. But if you look at the reason that I come up to my conclusions is based off stats. Now, you have Any Given Sunday. Yes, it was a movie. It's also a saying. Any Given Sunday, things could happen. We've seen the Cleveland Browns beat the undefeated at the time Green Bay Packers. So anything can happen. The Lions could have a really bad day. What I'm basing my prediction on is how the Lions have been running for the past 2.5 years. The Lions if you think about the Detroit Lions, outside of like that Baltimore Ravens game back in 2023, we don't have bad games. You know what I'm saying? Like, Jared Goff could have a bad game, but an individual player could have a bad game. But it's like the team as a whole, we don't have let down bad games. You know what I'm saying? If we did, put it in the comment section below. When was the last let down bad game that we had? I mean, you could argue the Buffalo game. You could argue the Washington game, but I'm not going to put that on overall team bad game. It was you had the 5 turnovers for Jared Goff, and then you had the defense who could not stop a running nose last year, right? So we were good in between in the red zone, but in between the 20s, we left a lot on the table. So now it's a little bit different. Now we are pretty good in between the 20s, and the red zone defense has some work to do, right? So I'm not worried about the Cincinnati Bengals. The Detroit Lions are not. They're going to give them their respect, but we should own this team. Statistically, we should own this team. That's just it. Like, if the Lions, for the Lions to lose this game, they would have to crumble. I mean, you're talking about turnovers and just everyone. Like, it would have to be Jamison Williams last week times the entire team for us to have a letdown. That's just my opinion. I know it sounds harsh and brazen, but the reality is we are a better team, a much better team than the Cincinnati Bengals, even with Jamar Chase and T. Higgins. Like, that's all they have. Jamar Chase, T. Higgins, and Trey Hendrickson. What I will say is the Detroit Lions have, for the first time, I forgot to make a video about this. I was going to say, and I wonder if it keeps up tomorrow. The Detroit Lions, for the first time, I think are the first team. It's either the Lions are the first team or the first time in franchise history that since 1982, when my favorite stat, which is a sack, since that has been recorded, that the Lions have not allowed a sack in 3 games. Tomorrow could be 4 games, that we can make it 4 games that we have not allowed a sack. I don't know what the record is like in the NFL of all time, but it will be intriguing to know if the Lions are going to allow a sack tomorrow. And we might have some new folk on the offensive line. And Trey has been quiet this year, so it'll be interesting to see what goes there. So if everything goes as planned, the Detroit Lions should dominate this game. I mean, we dominated the Bears. Statistically, we were supposed to dominate, and we did. That's the same exact thing tomorrow. The difference is we were at home against the Bears, and now we're on the road. Speaking of on the road, the plan is for me to go to the game tomorrow. I had been debating with it all week. It's going to be 86 degrees. It's going to be hot. It's an outdoor stadium. I've never been to Paycor. I know it's off the water, right? Some type of lake over there. So one of the homies is going, and I was like, and we talked off air long before this happened, and I told him I was going to be there. And man, I'm going to be there. I'm going to be there. I can check Paycor off we don't get the opportunity. I would wish Joe Burrow was there. Like that's what I want to see. But I've never been to Paycor. So tomorrow I'll be able to check that off the list. I did get my hotel for Kansas City. I will be driving to KC next week. I just have to secure my tickets, but everything else is done after that. And then after that, I've already booked. I learned my lesson for KC because the tickets to Kansas City to fly were $1,000. So I was like, wow. So I've learned my lesson. I went on and booked my ticket to my airfare to Washington for the Commanders game. I booked my airfare to the Philadelphia game. Now I just have to do Minnesota. I want to go back there and to LA in December. So I'll do that at the end of this month. And then after that, then I'll be all set. So I think I can be all right driving every 2 hours going to Kansas City. I'm just going to pull over, take a 15, 20-minute break and get back on the road. I've done it before. It's pretty much just like a straight shot. There's like a few times that you come off the freeway and you like come off one freeway and then you make a left turn, you go down to another freeway and then you're gone. Like, so it's not that bad. It's not, I will need a car wash when I come back though, because bugs be crazy. But anyway, so if you're going to Cincinnati tomorrow, let's try to do, I completely forgot about this last time at Green Bay because it was just so hot. I was so distracted. I have to get in the habit. But what we can do is we can try to meet at the main gate an hour before kickoff. And if you want a picture or want to say hi or something like that, then we could do that. Okay. So let's try to do that an hour before kickoff. So kickoff is at 4:25. So let's say 3:30, 3:15-ish, somewhere between 3:20 and 3:30. We meet at the main gate. And I just got to remind me. So somebody comment, remind me, hit me up on Twitter, remind me. Maybe I'll have my wife remind. Or you know what? I can set an alarm. I'll set an alarm for me to remember to go to the main gate. So I'll be there at, let's do 3:20. 3:20 at the main gate at Paycor Stadium. We'll meet up inside, of course. And if you guys want a photo or anything like that. All right. This channel is made possible by viewers, subscribers, and members just like you. It's because of your support I get to do what I do. You could be anywhere else on YouTube, but you choose to rock with me. No post-game show tomorrow as far as the traditional way. I'll be live streaming from my phone, leaving the stadium like I usually do. Probably go live at halftime, and I'll keep you guys, take you on the trip with me through shorts and stuff like that. I'll probably make some videos from the road, something like that. I lose money when I go to these games. I really do, because I could be making money streaming the games or home for the post-game show or things like that. I do lose money going to these games, but in the off season, you know, like, I'll be a season ticket holder next year, and I want to be here. Like, when the off season comes, you miss these opportunities because it's more than just a game. You get to see people. You start to form bonds. Like I said, I talk to a lot of people off the air. Like, we've exchanged numbers and we talk on a regular basis. So anyway, yeah, it's worth it. It's worth it. All right. You guys are awesome. Take care of yourself and each other. And as always, go Lions. I'll see you tomorrow at Paycor Stadium.